game has seen a massive decline as fast as Stellar Blade. Okay, there have been a few games that did, but Stellar Blade has now fallen below 4,000 players. But we're told time and time again, Stellar Blade is what gamers want. Gamers want more games like Stellar Blade. Unless games like, Dragon Age the Valor God, which that game isn't really doing too well either, and other games, that are considered woke or whatever, but Stellar Blade has continued to go on its free fall and now has fallen below 4,000 players as well. So this is the massive decline of Stellar Blade. So it went down from 430,000 players to just over 3,150. I know it said that as well. So Stellar Blade is in the danger zone of falling below 3,000 players average. Again, we're told that mods are going to go see Stellar Blade because that's what gamers want. We keep being told time and time again, Stellar Blade is what gamers want. But this game has had a massive freefall and decline in player base. The world has not yet seen before. So let's go on from the all-time peak of Stellar Blade to just around 3,150 players as well. Okay, that is a 97% decline. Okay, that is a 97% decline. Not as bad as the 99% decline I think Dragon Age the Valor God had. But again, Dragon Age Valor God didn't really have much hype behind it to begin with. But we're told time and time again that people only wanted that. The reason people will buy games is for curvy women. But Stellar Blade continues to have this massive free fall as well. A 68% drop, 57% drop, and now 8% drop. But again, that is a decline from 6,000 to 5,000 players, average players. So the game went from an average player base of 48,000 players to just around 5,000 players, okay? Which, that is still a pretty big decline for a huge game that is supposed to be, a bestseller. Okay, that's what we're told by SWG. This game is a bestseller, but still declined 88% from its average players as well. Peak players, it has declined from 140,000 to just around 13,000 peak players, which is still not very good, a 90% drop basically as well. So Stellar Blade, as we are all told, would become a best-selling game and stay for an eternity like games like Palworld, which is still having 20,000 people playing despite its controversies with Pokemon fans as well. But it's not just Stellar Blade that is declining massively as well. We can keep going further down and down as well, and I think you'll find Mecha Break somewhere as well. And I saw Mecha Break. That's the other game. They kept saying, Mecha Break is what gamers want. Mecha Break is what gamers truly want because the Go had a big pal. Guess what? The game is now down to just 2,000 players. Okay, as well. Just remember, this is the game where they talk about how gaming was healing because the Go's boob saked in the mech. Yes, this is the game they kept saying, but guess what game is outselling and outdoing both Mecha Break and Stellar Blade? Again, if you watched the previous video about Stellar Blade, you won't be too surprised by this. But Battlefield 5, the game they criticized for being a quote-unquote girl boss game, is outdoing Stellar Blade and Mecha Break. Starfield, which has been criticized for having pronouns in the game, is also outdoing Stellar Blade as well. Okay? As well. It's almost like people don't care about this stuff. Okay? Starfield is doing better than Stellar Blade. Okay, or around the same, even, sometimes. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been criticized for the same reasons as the other two games, still outdoing Stellar Blade in terms of average players. And Resident Evil 4 Remake, which has been criticized for making Ashley quote-unquote uglier, and unless it's the original Resident Evil 4, no, it's the remake, is still doing better than Stellar Blade, which has been praised by SWGs as the holy grail of video games as well. Okay, yeah. We keep going. Tekken 8, which the creators of Tekken have, basically bent over backwards at SWGs, and even then they're still not happy. It's still doing better than Stellar Blade. Diablo 4 still doing better than Stellar Blade as well. Okay, I'm not really a big fan of modern AAA games, but they really act like women not being attractive enough. It's the big issue gaming faces. Not glitches, not buggy and glitchy releases, not microtransactions. It's the fact that women are not attractive enough anymore. Civilization 6, another game that is considered a woke game, still outdoing Stellar Blade. Guess what? Civilization 7 released before Stellar Blade, which is even more embarrassing if you really think about it as well. Okay? Yeah. Can go further and further. Yeah. Um, I actually don't know him most of these games, but yeah. But we're told time and time again that gamers want beautiful women in video gaming. Monster Hunter Wilds, yeah, that game has declined massively from its peak player base as well. You know, but we're told that that's what people want. Okay, we're told time and time and time again by these SWGs, these big SWG accounts, that this is what gamers truly want. Co-op skill, Game of the Year contender, not even in the top 100 games. Can't even stay in the top 100 games. But SWGs told us that it was such a great game. Okay, same thing with Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh, you know what game is outselling it? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is outbeating Stellar Blade, and it is also outbeating Co-op skill. But we're totally sure about Kingdom Come Deliverance because there was a gay romance in the game. So, yeah. Yeah. But still outdoing Stellar Blade and Mecha Blade combined. Also, can go further and further. The First Ascendant, I have no idea why that game had a massive increase in player base. Maybe they had like a new character or something as well or something. Or maybe they finally are listening to the fans and actually are trying to fix the game instead of just making the whole game about boobs and tits. Okay, as well. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, a lot of these games, SOEDs love, and also Call of Duty is still doing better. But we're told that Call of Duty doesn't have pretty enough women for SOEDs, so they're going to boycott Call of Duty now. Despite this, it has more players than Mecha Break. It has more players than Monster Hunter Wilds. It has more players than Obscure, Existence 43. It has more players than Mecha Break, which is a multiplayer game, by the way, as well. Okay. Yeah. And we'll wait to see how the GoldenEye game performs. Okay. I think we'll eventually talk about that game as well. It's just ridiculous that they're attempting to boycott the game. Okay. I don't think anyone bought the original GoldenEye game for the N64 because a beautiful woman was in the game. Okay. Or the GoldenEye games for the GameCube. Okay, people bought them for the story and gameplay, not to stare at some women as well. The fact that SOEDs wanted to go back to a world of women are seen something simply more as sex objects or or objects basically is really honestly kind of concerning if you really think about it. Okay, women are human beings just like men are. Okay, and I think we need to accept the fact, and this is why a lot of these people continue to struggle with people altogether, because I used to believe the same way. Okay, but I finally realized that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. I don't really count in Hollow Knight Silksong. There was a Hollow Knight that we played for, but Hollow Knight Silksong I think will do pretty well. They don't have it on here for some reason as well. Also, No Man's Sky had a massive increase in players as well. Maybe like some streamer playing No Man's Sky, and that's why the game had a huge player base. But Baldur's Gate 3, they criticized the game because he can romance a bear. Which I don't know why. I think that's where the whole meme came from as well. Okay, but they criticized that game, but that game's still doing better than Stellar Blade 10 times over. Okay, I think it's time to pack up the bags, SWGs. You lost. Okay, you guys failed to keep Mecha Break and Stellar Blade alive. Okay, you guys failed to save Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, the fact that Mecha Break is doing worse than a game like Battlefield 5, which is criticized as a gold boss game, okay, is all that's telling that Stellar Blade is just not a game that gamers want, okay, as well. The fact that it's not even in the top 200, and we're told it's the number one game gamers want, okay. Also, Wu King Fallen Fez is on here. That game's like Sonic 06 2.0, okay. And yes, the game does spike when it's daytime in Asia, obviously, because that game does have a huge player base in Asia. But in the West, almost no one cares about Stellar Blade. Twitch, a mostly Western-dominated platform, no one is playing Stellar Blade. No one's watching Stellar Blade. And most of the people who do Stellar Blade who on Twitch are mostly VTubers as well. Okay? Yeah. But I think it's time to pack it up, SWZs. You guys have lost. Okay? And I kept saying time and time again that Stellar Blade would flop on PC. It would have a massive drop off. And guess what? Reality hit, just like it did on the PS5, and the game isn't selling too well. Maybe they can add in another crossover, another game that is maybe they can do a crossover against it to try to save the game. But I just don't think it will save the game. Okay, as well. Okay, I just don't think anything can save Stellar Blade at this point. They tried it on PS5, no one bought it. And then make excuse, PS5 is too expensive, put it on PC. It failed. Same thing with Monster Hunter Wilds, okay? As well, it is on PC. You're blaming the PS5 for Monster Hunter Wilds failures, okay? And yes, it is their fault they refused to put the game on the Switch too, okay? But at the same time, Monster Hunter Wilds as well, okay, should be doing way better. It should be doing way better, okay, than 11,000 players just a couple months in. And also, even Capcom said the game isn't selling too well, and no one's buying the game. But we're told that Gamer would sell 40 million copies of Monster Hunter Wilds as well. And that's what gamers truly want in video games. I think SRDs really need to pack it up that most gamers play games for the gameplay or story, or, God forbid, character development. But yeah, that's what this video here. Goodbye.